Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So the new Salamangreat support is out for us TCG players. So let's take a look. A couple of new support cards. A couple of them you aren't really running since, they aren't that great. But some of the new support is definitely solid for Salamangreat. Sadly, Gazelle is still at 1 for us TCG players, but post-Worlds you might get a new ban list and that might change, especially because of the new Fire support that's coming out in the next sets. So anyway, this was my current deck list as you saw. Most notable, I think, is that I eventually dropped the Baron from the extra deck simply because the extra deck is so tight and the salad line, well, as you know, like most of the lines you're playing, featuring Salamangreat, etc., it kind of blocks you or could block you from, going for Baron. The only reason I would run Baron, obviously, is to put it up early, before Nibiru. It's a Nibiru counter, I guess, but that particular play asks a lot of setup, some specific combos, so I'm not so sure, and I kind of prefer the 15th slot, the slot for Baron, for something like a 3rd Sunlight Wolf or maybe a 3rd Balings, right? Or Balings. So it is all of this. Again, the current deck list, and one of the best cards from the set, from the most recent set, is the new Link 4 Salamangreat. It's so easy to make, and the fact that it searches upon summon is so nasty. Most of the time, well, depends on your setup, but getting out like a Baguska plus protection of Roar or Rage, that's very powerful. There aren't, preferably Roar, I guess, there aren't a lot of decks that can prefer, or that can get rid of Baguska protected by Roar, right? And if you have Rage on top of that, plus a Link 4 on field, which could reborn itself, at least another copy, or thanks to Jaguar, send one back to the extra deck, and then during your next turn you can, reincarnation Link summon for the second copy, get another search. That's really, really OP. Plus, and that's something that is not going to change. Salamangreat is again one that's Cybers decks that still will go for the access code OTK if they go second or if they have the opportunity. So this time going second, and I do prefer running a lot of hand traps simply because going for Heat Soul is probably one of the lines you want to end up going for, I feel. Depends if you have more extenders, maybe going for the Link 4 Salamangreat Link play, etc. But, running a lot of hand traps definitely benefits this particular deck. So looking at Draw, looking at Failure, Imperms, Ash, etc. So here in this case, I think I should be able to go for an access code OTK. I think so. Oh no, I get nipped. Okay, yeah, that's why we kept... I think so, right? We kept Gazelle because of that, yeah. I don't think there was a reason to drop Gazelle because, again, I had the access code OTK, pop and double attack. So I don't think there was a reason to drop Gazelle just in case of nip, right? And that was the correct call. So again, and this should be my game. Again, I think we can assume that there is like a baby in hand because of the ground Xeno spell, which got ashed. I mean, it's a card that next to Misk Graveyard Effect will always get ashed. So here I lock myself with Stelio's Restriction, but I think that should be fine. Can I go for game? So go for, another draw, go for the Link 4, check Jaguar, send back, the Link 3, or the rank 3 exceed, Stelio, get back the Roar, Rage, Roar, set up for Baguska. Oh, okay. Maybe I could have gone for a game. I used Stelio's effect. Okay, yeah, okay, that's okay, yeah, Nexus Code was already in the graveyard because of Nip earlier, so it's fine. I mean, this was basically game as well. Again, Baguska backed up with Rage and Roar, plus Link 4, plus follow-up play for next turn. That's definitely more than enough. So, okay, yeah, that's something cool. Is compared to my Salamangreat build from a couple of months ago featuring the new support, I wasn't running, is it Weasel, the new level 3? But that definitely has a spot. I would definitely recommend at least one. The gimmick of, let's say, when it's in the graveyard, you can give your opponent like a Salamangreat monster, for example, at least on their side of the field. This could trigger Sunlight Wolf, but keep in mind that Mirage Stelio also bounces back a monster, so you could bounce back that monster that you gave your opponent with Weasel, and so on. Like, I think one of the plays here in this particular duel. And, you know, plus I mean, it sets itself back up in the deck, so that's definitely fine. It's a nice extender as well, like here. So go for Sunlight Wolf, use Weasel, and here is the play I was talking about. So give my opponent the Gazelle. This triggers Sunlight Wolf, get back Buffalo, overlay. So yeah, use Mirage Stelio to bounce back Gazelle for next turn. You know, bounce back Mirage, and this should be a Link 3 play for, yeah, for another draw, and the Link 4, so crazy. Get back, I mean, imagine this deck getting 3 Gazelle. Isn't Gazelle at 3 in the OCG? I'm not so sure. I should check that actually. But set 5 for Salads, nice. So immediately use Ash on Prosperity. You know, you don't want to give your opponent the 6 potential draws of whatever, I don't know, evenly or whatever, or Duster. So Rage immediately gets rid of both level 2s, and, you know, against sprites at most of the time game, especially if they don't have starter. And this should be game, right? Buffalo for more draws. I can drop Gazelle, more hand traps basically. Foxy in the graveyard, dump Weasel again. You know, Jaguar, send back Link 4, Surge. This get failed. I mean, failure is fine. I'm not going to negate that just in case. Splash Mage for another Reborn for maybe something to get back. Okay, get back Rage. And going for access code OTK. Yep, makes sense. And I mean, look at this. Like, if Salads pops off, it's again very hard to stop. Really, really hard to stop. Especially because they can search like, you know, an evenly counter because of, you know, Rage Roar. So that's huge. It's kind of huge. And this new support is definitely, you know, a solid one for Salads. So another one against Labyrinth. So let's see, going first this time. Okay, okay, yeah. Do you need to run like the Peril Exceeds engine? I think so. It's just, okay, you could play into Nibiru more, but it just gives the deck more options, potentially Baguska Pass, or Recovery plays, if you know how you look at it. So I think it's worth it, especially because of the new one being, is it Tiger? It's Tiger, yeah. The one that kinda, it's very similar to Galaxy Soldier, the one that special summons itself from the hand by discarding a Salamangreat card, I think. And, you know, it's a super flexible card, can make itself level 6 for potential Baron play, could make itself level 4 for, you know, Baguska play. So, like, this setup again is disgusting. It's really disgusting. So we know Lady hits the field, one set being, what was it, one of the traps? I think so, yeah, we're definitely going to HD Extravagance, but again, I think this is my duel. This is big welcome, I think. Yeah, bounce itself back. This kind of doesn't make sense, or am I overlooking something? I might just be overlooking something, so immediately use Rage, pop both. Yeah, we know that Lady is indeed protected, but I think this was the only play to prevent, or, you know, yeah, pop the back row, so again, it was just, I mean, not too important to target the Lady as well. So Gazelle hits the field, getting that Foolish Burial effect, but again, not let Labyrinth set up, even though Lady is on the field. Get back Rage, this should be my duel, no? Like Reborn Jaguar, sending back the Link 4, I think, go for Sunlight, yeah, the classic play. Setting up Sunlight Wolf again, going for, you know, the Link 4 again for more searches, Surge Soul Charge. That's something that I haven't featured yet in this video, but the fact that, you know, your Will of the Salamangreat is basically a Soul Charge as well. Searchable Soul Charge is kind of disgusting also. So more draws, and I should be going for Access Code Talker, pop the back row, pop Lady, and this should be more than enough to attack for a game. So again, Access Code, double pop, well, double attack pop, it's insane. Last example against Bystial Synchro, I guess. Immediately Ash, I don't want, you know, Bystials searching Magnamut for potential, you know, follow-up play, Synchro plays. So we definitely Ash that, and Baron Pass, I think? Ah, no, okay. What is it? Another Searcher, so that's Baron Smashers Pass, I guess. Yeah, Smashers, okay, that makes sense, that's cool. So my hand, that's okay. Buffalo for 2 draws, discard Leo, discard Jaguar, Weasel as a potential extender, that's cool. So let's see. Yeah, okay, so that's the thing. I guess this play kind of forces out the Smasher, so I'm not able to draw Peril Exceed. But I mean, I can just use it next turn, right? Or try it next turn if this wasn't ashed. So I drop Weasel. Go for the Link 1 play, you know, Jaguar, and do I have a recovery play? Splash Mage, okay, that makes sense. Sadly, I'm not able to use Peril Exceed. I think it's only once per turn, so make a Link 4 play. Going for Access Code, again, I'm not that of a strong Access Code, but this is enough. I mean, it's not game, But, I mean, I still have a pop ready for next turn, so settle off my back row, and that Imperm is not going to save him, so that's GG up late. So new Salamangreat support, it's actually fantastic support. If you're a Salamangreat player, definitely pick up the deck. The Gazelle might come back to 2 or even 3 on our next ban list, or Forbidden and Limited list, so yeah, I have high hopes for this deck, really. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Beat signing out. Peace.